Yeah, let's do it. I was going, probably push on the videos right now, but all the plays, so you watch it. Yep, moving around and zoom in. I think the game will be quieter because I got the idea of before.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Not Just Get Your Easier, and to the first varsity game in tonight's ESD basketball doubleheader, where we have our guests, the Watertown Heroes. Taking on our own Brookings Bobcats. This contest is being conducted by the administration of Brookings High School under the guidance and regulation of the South Dakota High School Activities Association for the enjoyment and educational benefit of high school students. We encourage you to support your team in a positive manner while pursuing victory with honor. Sportsmanship is all about respecting the game, each other, and yourselves. So please enjoy this game and support these student athletes while modeling good sportsmanship. Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask that you please stand and join us in honoring America with the playing of our national anthem by the BHS Pep Band under the direction of Isaac McMahon. As a reminder, proper respect for the flag is to remove your hats, stand at attention, and place your right hand over your heart. Active and retired military personnel may salute and show proper respect to the flag. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
National anthem here. Great rendition of the national anthem by the Brookings High School Band. Always a pleasure when we get to have the band here, especially on opening night. Alex Johnson. Bobcats starting their season tonight. Watertown coming in 1-0, winning 39-34 against Great Plains Lutheran last Friday night. So they've got a game under their belt. We'll see if that helps them. As you heard Coach Rhodey in the pregame talking about having 5 new starters from last year and having an injured player, Emily Furry, on the bench. And looking down this year, she's wearing street clothes tonight, so she'll not be playing. And that'll be a bit of a ding to the Watertown Arrows. The Bobcats in their home whites with red and black trim, and the Watertown Arrows in their away purples with yellow and white trim. Your gold and white trim. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First for the Watertown Arrows head coach Chad Rhodey. They go in the backcourt with Jordan Remmers, a guard, number 12, 5'6" sophomore. And Lily Mack, number 20, a guard, 5'6" sophomore as well. 5'7" senior Grace Corey is a guard / forward, number 22. Kinsey Russell, a 5'7" junior, a guard, number 42. And in the front court, Malia Kranz, a 5'10" sophomore, a center / forward, number 54. For the Brookings Bobcats, head coach Mitch McClagan, they go in the backcourt with Sloan McClagan, number 4, 5'4" junior guard. They go in the backcourt with Kimber Byes, 5'7", senior guard number 14, and Logan Smith, 5'8", senior guard number 22. Then they go with Macy Even, 5'10", junior forward number 12, and down low, Tess Burns, 5'10", senior forward number 50. So moments away from getting this one going. Time to take a look at our referees for the night. Introduction of officials brought to you by Consumer Protection. Our referees tonight, Brian Gary, Chris Janish, and Connor Singheisen. About to get the starting lineup for the Brookings Bobcats here. Along with Alec Johnson, I'm Barry Hine. Thanks to Jeff Hine back in the Brookings Radio Sports Network studio for engineering.
And another guard number 14, a 5'7", senior, Kimber Byes. And guard number 22, a 5'8", senior, Logan Smith. And one forward, number 12, a 5'10", junior, Macy Even. And the other forward, number 50, a 5'10", senior, Tess Burns. The Bobcats are coached by Mitchell McClagan, assisted by Ross Peterson, Mandy Smith, Mark Try, Taylor Kimber, and Brian Orlett. Tonight's Avera trainers are Savannah Ragman and Eric Curry. Our officials, Mr. Brian Gary, Mr. Chris Janis, and Mr. Connor Singheisen. Your game administration tonight is Jeff Rivera.
Last year's early season loss, the girls lost 58-48 last December 8th. So we're getting things started here. The Bobcats will be going left to right from our vantage point here in the Dallas Cole press box inside Bob Jostad Gym. And the Watertown Arrows going back right to left. Macy Even to jump it up against Malia Kranz. Sharp, right. Comes the jump, it is one. Well, a tip by Malia Kranz, but it's grabbed by Kimber Byes, goes left wing for Smith. Smith dribbles into the lane, back to the basket, past the top of the key for Even. Even dribbles down the left side of the lane, takes it up strong, and she's going to be fouled. It's going to go on Jordan Remmers, and early free throws for Macy Even on the first possession of the season for the Brookings Bobcats. And she hit that first one to give the Bobcats a point on their first possession of the season. Can it be two? She misses the second one. Offensive board, though, by Smith. Tobias, top of the key, she'll let fly. And off the front of the rim, no good. And rebounded by Cran. She gets it out right side for Grace Corey. Corey loses it out of bounds on the far sideline and gives it right back to Brookings. So Watertown still not really an offensive possession. I guess that would technically count, but they didn't even have it on their side of the court. Smith will start the offense for the Brookings Bobcats. Man-to-man defense, dribbling to the right, gets a pick from Even. Now goes cross-court to Macy Even, left wing, three, no good. Weak side board is grabbed by Corey. Grace Corey dribbling it up. Guarded by Smith out top. Passes left wing now for Russell. Russell goes right wing for Remmers. Remmers goes top of the key for Mack. Mack dribbles into the lane, bounces it off for Kranz. Kranz puts it up and in off the window. Just above the left block, off the board for Malia Kranz, and Watertown up 2-1. 7 minutes to go in this first quarter. Left corner it is McClagan. Dribbles, goes cross court, right corner for Byes. Pump fakes from 19, dribbles baseline. Bounces it in the lane, tipped away by Kinsey Russell. The steal will go to Corey as she came up with a loose ball. Passes up right wing for Russell now. Russell dribbles free throw line, puts it up, gets a block from behind by Even, rebounded underneath though, and put up the reverse layup off the board for Jordan Remmers. Heads up play by Remmers, and it's 4-1 Watertown. Smith, left wing for Even, a zone defense now for Watertown. She'll go down in the corner and cross-court pass, it's taken away by Corey. Corey gets it off for Kranz, and she gives up for Remmers. Remmers brings it across the timeline and looks back to Coach Rohde for some instruction. Left wing now, Kranz. Kranz goes top of the key for Corey. Corey goes right wing for Mack. Mack goes in the lane for Kranz, who had good position. Was even on her back. He puts it up and in off the board. 4 early points for Kranz, and it's 6-1 Watertown. Inside 6 to play, first quarter. Left wing pass to Even. Cross court in the right corner for Buys. Gonna hoist. No good. High rebound in the lane. Tipped out in the backcourt. Grabbed by Smith. Dribbles into the front court. Goes in the air and goes top of the key for Even. Even goes cross court right corner for Buys. Buys gets the dribble cut off. Passes right wing now for Burns. Burns goes in the corner for McClegg, who pump fakes, dribbles in, gets her shot blocked by Remmers, and now taken by Burns, passed into the backcourt, stolen by Remmers though. She goes up ahead for Russell. Russell pump fake, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul on Brookings as the pump fake got the defender, number 14, Kimber Buys, to go in the air and commit the foul. 6-1 Watertown. Sloan McCleggan sits down early. Coming in is number 24, Lily Thompson, 5'10 junior. Forward, number 24. And looking to get it in is Lily Mack. Has to hurry. Gets him in the backcourt right side now for Remmers. Remmers goes in the lane for Kranz. Kicks it out top of the key for Corey. He's working down into the left corner. Lefty three, no good for Mack. Rebound in the lane, grabbed by Kranz, and now he's got it tied up as Kimber Buys was fighting for it. They'll go to the arrow, and it's going to be in favor of Watertown. And referee letting the scorers table know they wanted to put a full shot clock back up there. 35 seconds. Kranz goes in the backcourt, top of the key for Corey. Zone defense now by Brookings. Left wing pass to Mack, top of the key pass for Remmers. Back to Mack, left wing, pump fakes, dribbles baseline. Tried to bounce it through the lane, and it's out of bounds. Nobody home, and it'll go back over to Brookings.
And we saw a lot of zone defense from Brookings last year in a game when you have, girls like Macy Even up top, Logan Smith, who are able to cover a lot of that. Excellent job there, forcing the turnover, get the ball back here, try and get another bucket down early, 6-1.
Smith will start things off. Man-to-man defense now for Watertown. Smith passes the right wing for Thompson. Thompson looks inside, nothing there. She'll dribble now. Picks it up, goes cross-court left wing for Smith. Smith going to hoist a deep three. No good. Long rebound tracked down top of the key by Buys. She's double-teamed now, and it's trying to wrestle the ball away, and she's going to be fouled. And it's going to go against Watertown, number 22, Grace Corey. First foul for Corey. Second for Watertown here. Kranz and Corey sitting down. And into the game, going to be number 32, Molly Hendricks, and number 40, Madison Grimsrud. We're going to get a foul away from the ball, a whistle against Brookings, rather. Offensive foul against Tess Burns. So they'll go back over to Watertown. Tess Burns will sit down. Quickly in is going to be Clara Delbridge for Brookings. Want to say thanks to Right Angle Construction, sponsor of high school sports here. Remmers goes left wing now for Grimsrud. Grimsrud goes top of the key, and it's almost tipped away. It is tipped away. Even takes it all the way to the other end. Left-handed layup led strong off the board and rebounded by Grimsrud. Now bringing it up right side, Remmers for Watertown. Left wing pass for Hendricks. Hendricks dribbles, spins down the left side of the lane now. Double teamed under the left block. Tried to put it up, blocked by Delbridge. Delbridge wrestles the loose ball away. Good aggressive play by Clara Delbridge. Smith now crosses over to the left elbow area. Picks it up, back to the basket, hands it off for Even. Dribbles to the left baseline, 10-footer, no good. Delbridge the board, out to Buys. Left wing now Smith. She'll hold, then reset. Gets a pick. Dribbles into a double team. She'll go to the floor. We'll get a little tie-up. Possession arrow in favor of the Bobcats. I think that Smith thought that that pick was going to take the player out, and the player worked around it pretty quickly and created a double team situation. Thompson will inbound on the near sideline right in front of Watertown's bench. Want to say thanks to Brookings Auto Mall, being a sponsor of high school sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Smith will start things off. Right side in the backcourt, Delbridge, top of the key, McCleggan, three, in and out, no good. Rebound comes down for number 42, Kinsey Russell. Now bringing it up right side, number 4, Eddie Olson into the game for Watertown. Left wing pass for Hendricks. Down in the corner she goes for Russell. Russell dribbles into the lane, kicks it into the right corner, tipped and chased down by Olson. She'll dribble it into the lane, runner no good. Rebound by Grimsrud, and the putback is good. As she just took it away from Delbridge and put it back up and in off the window. 8-1 Watertown. Smith pass right side and taken away by Russell. Goes out ahead for Olsen. And Olsen is going to be fouled from behind as Sloan McClagan was trying to catch up to the ball and just ran her over. Sloan McClagan, not big, but feisty.
Feisty and fast.
Kimber Byes and Tess Burns checking back in for Brookings. Sitting down Logan Smith and Macy Even. And sitting down for Watertown, number 32, Molly Hendricks. And back in is Grace Corey. Emma Hendricks, top of the key, passes left wing. 3 is up and nothing but net for Kinsey Russell. And just like that, it's 11-1 Watertown. Sloan McClagan brings it across the timeline. Pass left side, tipped away in the backcourt. Out of bounds. Emma Hendricks getting a hand on it. Bobcats' backcourt passing has been a little sloppy here early. Thompson gets it inbound to McClagan. Sloan looks over at head coach and dad Mitch for some instruction. Right wing pass, Byes. Picks up the dribble, bounces it, top of the key for Burns. Left side now McClagan. It goes zone defense, drops it between 2 defenders to Burns. Burns goes to the right baseline for Byes. Byes dribbles into trouble. Ball on the floor. We've got a scrum for it in the middle of the lane. And we're going to the possession arrow. It should probably be, I think it should be Watertown's ball. The possession arrow says Brookings' ball. And there's a little bit of a perplexed look on one of the referees' face. I think they didn't change it last time. I think it's supposed to be Watertown ball. And we're getting a conference now. Yeah, I think they finally got it right. Ball going back over to Watertown. A little conference between the referees. They got it right. Good job. Simple. Somebody forgot to hit the button on the possession arrow. Now they've switched it and switched it back, and we're good to go. Lily Mack bringing it up for Watertown. Pass right wing. That is for Hendricks. Emma Hendricks dribbles to the left side. Goes in the corner for Mack. Mack pump fakes. Dribbles out onto the wing. Bounces it in the backcourt. Stolen away by Tess Burns. Burns all the way to the other end. Taking it into the lane. Puts it up short. Tips her own rebound. Byes has it now. She's in the lane. She'll be fouled as she tried to get it into the backcourt. It's going to go against Emma Hendricks for Watertown. And that'll be her first. 11-1 Watertown. Malia Kranz back in. Grimsrud sits down. Coming back in Jordan Remmers and sitting down Emma Hendricks for Watertown. 2:05 to go in the first quarter. I want to say thanks to Boa's Construction, fine sponsor of high school sports here. And we got the inbound pass tipped out of bounds by Watertown. It stays with Brookings. Underneath now the left side. Logan Smith will switch out with Byes to inbound. Smith gets it in the corner for Thompson. Thompson holds, gets the ball tipped away in the corner. And that is Grace Corey. Watertown doing a good job getting their hand on the ball, tipping some balls, making loose ball situations. Not coming up with all of them, but just disrupting the offense of Brookings.
And like we talked about, that's even one game under your belt, kind of knowing that, having that, be able to do that. And we've seen it a lot here tonight from Watertown.
Inside 2 to play in the first quarter. Smith goes right hash for McClagan. In the backcourt top of the key, Thompson. She'll swing it left wing for Byes. Byes bounces it into Burns, who had good position. She puts it up strong, no good, but it's fouled. And we'll go to the line to shoot a couple. That'll be the first foul on Malia Kranz. Tess Burns will go to the line to try to cut into this early 10-point lead for Watertown. Bobcats got up 1-0 and then 11 unanswered for Watertown since. High arching free throw, nothing but net for Tess Burns. Beautiful when they go in. Yeah. They almost hit one of the wires on the standard up there. The first point for Burns makes it 11-2. McClagan sits down, and back in is Even. And the second free throw rolls around and drops for Burns. It's 11-3. Minute 50 to go in the first quarter. Remmers brings it up for Watertown. Dribbles left wing, goes to Mack. Mack goes right side on the wing for Corey. Corey dribbles to the baseline. Into some trouble and got bailed out with a foul. Lily Thompson reached around and grabbed her. First one on Lily. It's the fourth for the Bobcats. So both teams with no more fouls to give, excuse me. They're both at 4 for the quarter. Pass in the backcourt, now top of the key, Remmers. She'll dribble left side, goes in the corner. Mack, lefty for 3, yes! Mack makes it 14-3. first points of the night for Mac. Left corner even pump fakes. Dribbles in the lane, a runner from 10 feet, rolls in off the front of the rim. Macy even has 3. And cuts it back to 9, 14-5. Pass up, right wing now for Russell. Russell picks it up in the corner and goes to Remmers on the wing. Left side now for Mac, bouncing it in for Kranz. It's tipped though by Buys and will stay with Brookings as it goes out of bounds. Nice job by Kimber Buys getting her hand in the passing lane there. Kranz had good position in the lane. Backcourt, Russell picks up her dribble, 25 feet away. Now bounces it in the backcourt for Corey. Corey dribbles to the elbow and goes on the wing for Remmers. Remmers went in the lane for Russell, tipped away. Smith comes up with it, out ahead to Even, who takes it up. She'll be fouled again as she went up strong for another hoop, another attempt. And that's going to be the second, by the way, on Jordan Remmers. That could prove to be big. So back to the line for the second time already in this first quarter is Macy Even. She went on the first possession for Brookings, and she's back. Hits the first one. 4 points for Macy Even of the 6 for Brookings. I do have one of these mismarked. It looks like Emma Hendricks. No, that's not right. No, I think we're clear. Macy Even hit both of those free throws, by the way. She's got 5 of the 7 for Brookings. 45 seconds to go in the first quarter. 14-7, Watertown. Right wing, it is Corey. Dribbles, goes top of the key for Mac. She'll jab step, dribble. Goes left wing now for Olsen. Olsen dribbles, almost lost it. Goes to Mac on the wing. Mac's pass to the front court is kicked out of bounds by Macy Even. It'll stay with Watertown with 30.8 to go on the game clock and 15 on the shot clock. Grace Corey to inbound on the far sideline there. Want to say thanks to Brookings Health System, sponsor of high school sports here. They get it in the corner for Russell. She dribbles, pump fakes, goes in the backcourt now for Corey, who pump fakes, dribbles, and reverses into the backcourt. Mac, top of the key, 5 on the shot clock. Pass left corner, tipped away and saved in by Mac, and then coming up with it is Olsen. Up to Mac. Mac through the lane, and too strong with the shot off the board, and the shot clock shouldn't have been turned off. I don't think that was technically a change of possession.
No, yeah, Lily Thompson just slapped it, and that's what Coach McClagan was trying to, I think, get the ref's attention on that, but there was still quite a few seconds that ran off before. But now
the shot clock would have probably expired in the meantime, and they're going to have to talk about it here. This may end up being Brookings' ball.
Yeah, I guess I don't know if that's something that you can just, like you had said, the shot clock would have ran out with how much time ran off, so is that something that you can just, almost like a judgment call, like, yeah,
your ball. 30 and 15, so
Lily knocked it out.
9 seconds left. The shot clock would have easily gone off, so, 5 or 6 seconds ago. So probably should be Brookings' ball. I'm not sure if they can technically overturn it, but we'll see what happens here. They're still chatting. McClagan, Coach McClagan still pleading his case. We'll see if he wins the argument. One of the refs at the table, one talking with Coach McClagan, one waiting to put the ball in play underneath the Watertown's hoop.
One of those things, opening night.
Yeah, you never know. Everybody kind of working out the kinks.
Yep.
But I know it should be Brookings' ball, but I don't know if it will be.
Yeah, like I said, I just don't know if that's something you can just change when, like you said, the shot clock definitely would have gone off, but with how much time went off, yeah, hard to just kind of say what.
I have a feeling Coach Rohde is about to get some bad information, judging by how the referee walked over to him. But we shall see.
Also, kind of giving him a long explanation, too, instead of just like, hey, it's your ball. This might be in terms of, yep.
Yeah, they turned it over, and it's going to be Bobcats' ball. And the Watertown crowd doesn't really like it, but it's the right call. I'm just not sure how it works as overturning it for the referees, since you don't have video replay or anything like that. It's inbound to Buys. Smith has it back. Bobcats can hold for one. They trail 14-7. 10 seconds to go, first quarter. Crossover dribble into the lane, pulls up and then kicks it in the corner. Buys, pump fake. She dribbles, goes cross court, right wing, even. Dribbles, steps into a three just before the buzzer. Strong, long off the backboard. No good. A 7-point lead for Watertown after one. 14-7 after the first quarter of play. Back in 60 seconds with quarter number 2, the Bobcats and the Arrows on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Brookings Bobcats basketball powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby's Sports Bar and Grill.
As the official sports medicine provider for Brookings High School athletics, prepare one of the Phoenix up to your blue green and life to the fullest with their field treatment options customized to resolve muscle and joint needs. Trust the leaders in orthopedic care to keep you moving forward. Visit prepare.org/orthopedics to learn more.
Bobcats basketball powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill. Start of the second quarter. Brookings ball, trailing 14-7. Smith goes right wing for McClagan against the zone defense. Kind of a 1-2-2 look. Left wing Buys down in the corner for Smith. Into even in the post. She turned around, shot no good, and she is going to get a whistle. And they called a foul on Macy even after the shot. She got her own rebound. That'll be the first foul on Macy, first of the second quarter for Brookings. Remmers passes right wing for Corey. Top of the key now, Crayons. And we're going to get a whistle away from the ball again. Referee's eagle-eyed tonight. It's going to go on Kimber Buys. That'll be her second. Second of the quarter for Brookings.
Might be his first game. Wants to make sure his whistle works.
Pass inbounds, tipped away by Buys. She can't, or rather even. She can't save it in front of her own bench. Stays with Watertown. Out in the backcourt for Remmers to start the offense for Watertown. Dribbles left and hands off for Corey. Corey dribbles down the right side of the lane, throws up a tough runner falling out of bounds and gets it to skim off the board and down through. 16-7 Watertown. Left wing now Buys, down in the corner even, goes in the post for Burns, kicks it out on the wing for Buys, top of the key Smith. Smith dribbles, goes to Buys on the wing, show pump fake, dribbles, goes right side for McClagan. McClagan tries to bounce it into Burns, tipped away, Burns comes up with it, back out to McClagan, she goes in the backcourt for Even picks it up, goes in the corner for Sloan McClagan, pump fakes, dribbles, and a three from the right wing, no good, rebound by Buys, but gets it tipped away and stolen by Grace Corey. Corey will bring it up for Watertown. Corey dribbles all the way into the front court, now goes into the back court, right wing for Russell, who pump fakes, dribbles, try to drop it off from the Crayons, but it's tipped away by Burns. Now we've got a fight for it, a couple players on the floor, and we'll go to the arrow. And the possession arrow in favor of Watertown as Tess Burns was fighting for it with Grace Corey. Kimber Buys sits down with those two fouls. Back in Lily Thompson for Brookings. 16-7 Watertown, 6:38 to go in the first half. Crayons left wing now for Remmers. Remmers dribbles, kicks it in the corner for Russell. Russell dribbles in, kicks it out right side. Three-pointer for Corey, no good. Weak side board is tipped and now grabbed by Russell. Double teamed underneath the basket, in trouble, and is going to get bailed out with a foul call. That's going to be the second on Tess Burns, I believe. And she will get tagged with number 2. She didn't like the call. She knew right away it was on. So she'll sit down with 2. Clara Delbridge back in. Lily Thompson sits down, and into the game for the first time for Brookings is Julia Burns, 5'10 senior, number 32.
She's actually a freshman.
Freshman, I'm sorry.
No, yeah, that's what.
I read FR as SR. Almost banked in a 3, did Lily Mack, but it's rebounded by Watertown. Russell from the right way goes in for Kranz. Kranz, jumper in the lane, no good. Over Delbridge, rebounded by Smith. Smith dribbles to the right side of the lane, gonna throw up a runner and get the foul call. Scoop shot no good, but she'll get fouled and go to the line to shoot a couple. A good aggressive move to the basket for Logan Smith.
Watertown foul number 22, Grace Corey. Her second, team's first of the second quarter. Logan Smith to shoot 2.
So Logan to the line for a couple. And she misses the first one. She has yet to score tonight, does Logan. She can explode, though, and score in bunches when she gets going.
Just need to see that first one drop. Once you see one go in, build that confidence.
And she misses both free throws. It's rebounded by Corey, rather. She goes up ahead for Mack. Mack will start things off for Watertown. Dribbling in the backcourt, guarded by McClagan. Pass to the left wing, and Sloan McClagan saying, I didn't tip it. Lily Mack saying, she fouled me, though. But it's going to stay with Watertown. 26 on the shot clock. Right wing. Russell, cross-court pass, dangerous, tipped away out of bounds by Logan Smith. 18 on the shot clock. Stays with Watertown. 5:43 to go, first half. I want to say thanks to Kubota, Farmers Implement, fine sponsor of high school sports here. Pass right side. Remmers goes in the corner. Russell hoists the 3. No good, strong. Rebound in the lane, though, by Corey. Dribbles, spins into the lane. And we're going to get a travel call.
Yep.
As she's spun, and it goes back over to Brookings. 16-7, the score. Tess Burns back in for the offensive possession. Clara Delbridge sits down.
I wonder what the last sibling pair to play in the varsity game was for the Bobcats.
Be more your department.
I know. I got to look that up. I don't know if I could tell you off the top of my head, but a Burns to Burns connection.
Right corner, Burns, no good, strong, and the rebound comes down to Watertown on the weak side, and we'll get a foul call. If that's on Tess, that's going to be 3. It's not. Thankfully, it's going to go on Logan Smith. It'll be Logan's first. 4th of the quarter for the Bobcats already, though. Kranz and Mack sitting down, back in for Watertown, Grimsrud and Olsen. Remmers, left wing pass for Olsen. Top of the key now for Corey. Right side for Remmers. Remmers goes left side. Russell hoists the 3, no good. Rebounded by Burns in the lane, gets it out now for Smith. Smith dribbles it up right side. She's going to go in the left corner for McClagan, who thought about the 3. Hangs onto it, goes in the back corner. We're going to get another whistle away from the ball. On even. Another one on Macy even. That'll be her second, and that's going to be 5. That'll put him in the bonus, but it's an offensive foul call, so we do not shoot free throws. But they'll be in the bonus from here on out. Sitting down is going to be Grace Corey, and back in is Molly Hendricks for Watertown. Even sits down with those 2 fouls, and Lily Thompson back out there. 2-3 zone for Watertown, or for Brookings rather. It looked like they were going to go zone. They switch it up. Pass in the backcourt, tipped away and stolen by McClagan. She dribbles up to the right wing in the backcourt for Smith. Smith pump fakes, dribbles to the elbow, kicks it out left wing. Julia Burns pump fakes, dribbles in and lost it on the way up in the lane. Tess with the rebound, and we're going to get a foul call as Tess was trying to pivot and find a lane to pass it into the backcourt. Foul goes against Watertown. It's going to be on number 42, Kinsey Russell, and that'll be her first. Second of the quarter for Watertown. Russell's going to sit down. Looks like she got hit in the shoulder. Lily Mack checks in. Russell looks to be in a little bit of pain. I want to say thanks to Stony Brook Sweets, sponsor of high school sports here. Thompson to inbound, gets it into Smith. Going to hoist a 3 from the left corner and airmails it. Rebound is fought for. Nice hustle by Tess Burns, trying to wrestle it away from 2 Watertown players. As Remmers and Olsen had to hold on to it as well. I'm not sure that those 2 would win that fight.
Nope, you just love to always see the effort and hustle from Tess Burns. And every rebound, every loose ball, she is one of the first, if not the only one, just diving after everything.
Strength, ability, and effort you always get. Now we're going to get another whistle away from the ball as the referee is just keeping an eye on everything but the ball, it seems like today. It's going to go on Logan Smith. That'll be her second. Kimber Byes will check back in, and Logan will sit down with those two. Not a fan of the call. I didn't see it because it was nowhere near the play. That's at least the third Macy, Tess, Logan third away from the ball. Foul, so like you said, refs just really watching that tight.
Remmers loses the ball in the backcourt, and was it tipped? It looks like it was. At least the referee says it was. Julia Burns was the one that was there for Brookings.
4:12 to go here. I want to say thanks to Bauer Services, sponsor of high school sports on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Remmers, top of the key, picks up her dribble and tried to go back door. Does find Mack. Mack takes it up. She's going to be fouled. Sloan McClagan doesn't like that call, but that's going to be 2 on her as the Bobcats are stockpiling fouls here. We've got several players with 2. Sloan McClagan, Kimber Byes, Tess Burns, and Logan Smith, who's on the bench with 2. And Macy, yeah.
Evenly distributed, but
That's 5 players with 2 fouls. Not good in the first half. Lily Mack, first free throw is good. She has got 4 on the night, makes it a 10-point game, 17-7 Watertown. I want to say thanks to Anderson Insurance, sponsor of high school sports here. Both free throws are good for the lefty Mack, and it is 18-7 Watertown. Thompson gets it in for McClagan. A little full court pressure. McClagan brings it up left side, goes up to Byes. Byes picks it up, back to McClagan. McClagan passes right side of the backcourt for Julia Burns. Julia down in the corner for Lily Thompson. Try to lob it inside for Tess. Stolen away by Grimsrud. Grimsrud, 6'1" senior, long. Got those arms out there. Left side now in the backcourt. Molly Hendricks dribbles, spins, and loses the ball. Regains possession, takes it up, and will be fouled by Julia Burns, I believe, is going to get tagged with this one. It will be on Julia, her first. There's the bonus. So had that one not even been on the shot, it would have been a free throw, 1-1, but it's 2 because it's on the shot. First free throw is good for Molly Hendricks. Her first point of the night. It's 19-7 Watertown. Lily Thompson sits down. Macy even checks back in. Again, 2 fouls. Coach McClagan doesn't have much choice but to play some players with 2 fouls because there's so many of them. Next free throw, good, no good. Rebounded by Julia. Now Sloan McClagan goes right side for Even. Even goes cross court, left corner, or left wing rather, Byes for 3. No good. Rebound is grabbed by Mack as 2 Watertown players had a hold of it. That should almost be a travel call, but they call it a jump ball call as Byes had a finger on it. There were 2 Watertown players fighting over it. Confused by that call. 3:23 to go. I want to say thanks to Rickus Nelson, sponsor of high school sports here. Caitlin Harris, 5'7" freshman, checking in, number 20. Sloan McClagan sits down with 2 fouls, so Coach McClagan going deep into his bench here. Left wing it is Andy Olson. Dribbles, goes in the lane for Grimsrud. Grimsrud gets a runner to rattle home off of the board. And it is 21-7 Watertown. Just a little bit of an easier time of it on offense, and may have something to do with having that game under their belt already. Burns in the lane and is into a double team, and the Watertown crowd wanted a travel, but she throws it away into the backcourt anyway and gives it back over to Watertown. It just looks like Brookings looking for something to fall into place offensively. Mack goes right wing for Emma Hendricks. Top of the key now, Grimsrud. Left wing for Mack. Mack dribbles, loses it in the backcourt. It is tracked down by Corey. Now stolen away by Byes. Byes up ahead against Mack. Mack strips it away and steals it and brings it back the other way. Passes up over the timeline on the right side for Andy Olson. Olson picks it up 18 feet away. In the back to Mack. Left wing now, Emma Hendricks. And down in the corner, a 3 for Grimsrud. No good. Long rebound tracked down by Caitlin Harris. Inside 2:20 to go. Harris tried to bounce it in for Tess Burns, and it goes off of Julia's foot. Julia saves it. It goes to the floor. Good hustle, but Watertown right there to collect it. Grace Corey picks it off of the floor. And now Mack will bring it across for Watertown to start things off. Left wing Grimsrud goes top of the key for Olson. Right side now for Mack. Mack goes for Grimsrud, stolen away by Tess Burns, and now Even will bring it up for Brookings. Left side pass now for Harris. Harris goes in for Burns, who pump fakes, goes reverse layup, and left it short off the board. Rebound comes down for number 10, Emma Hendricks. She'll bring it up for Watertown. A minute and a half to go here in the first half. Olsen dribbles left baseline, gets double teamed, and now goes in the backcourt, has to be chased down by Grimsrud. Mack goes right wing now for Emma Hendricks. Hendricks dribbles in, goes to Grimsrud left wing. She'll dribble to the free throw line and picks it up, goes right baseline for Corey, who lost it on the way up and got her own loose ball and then fell to the floor, just threw it away, and coming away with it is Macy Even. Up ahead to Buys on the wing. Inside for Julia Burns. Turnaround jumper in the lane goes for the freshman Julia. Inside, a minute to go. And that cuts it 21-9. We get a quick timeout before the inbound by head coach of the Bobcats, Mitch McClagan. 30-second timeout. 57.6 to go here in this second quarter. That cuts it to a 12-point lead. We'll keep it right here. I want to say thanks to Cook's Waste Paper, fine sponsor of high school sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Alongside Alec Johnson, I'm Barry Hine, and it's just been a rough go, kind of a slog offensively for the Bobcats here in the first half.
Yeah, you look 2 of 19 from the field. You've got the Julia Burns bucket right there, and then before that you have the Macy Even layup. So again, Brookings has been getting good shots, just nothing to fall. 0 of 9 from 3, 5 of 8 from the line, 2 of 19 from the field. But again, you think about it, Even had that breakaway layup that she missed. Burns has a couple layups that she's missed. Logan Smits had some good looks. Sloan McClagan had a 3 that was in and out. So, I mean, yes, you're down 12 right now. It seems as though nothing's really going your way, but when you look at it, if you can connect on 3 or 4 of those buckets, you know, that 12-point deficit turns into 5 or 6. So really, they just got to get the ball in the bucket to cut back into this lead.
And you heard Coach Rhodey talking about how he was worried about the shooters. They have not got one to go in from long range just yet. I want to say thanks to Brookings School District, sponsor of high school sports here. Left baseline, driving a runner, goes somehow for Andy Olsen in traffic. Just reined it in, 23-9. 35 seconds to go here. Right baseline, Even tried to get in for Delbridge, a tip away, and we're going to get a whistle on the dribble down the court, double dribble by Andy Olsen, and then she gives it right back over to Brookings. Tess Burns, Kimber Buys, Logan Smith all coming back in for the offensive possession. All have 2 fouls. Delbridge, Julia Burns, and Caitlin Harris sitting down. Yeah, exactly. The away from the ball whistles have been rampant this first half. Buys, right side. Smith going to hoist a 3. Knocks down the first one for Brookings. Deep, and we'll see if that gets him going. Cuts it to 11, 23-12. Shot clock is off. We have got 20 seconds to play here. Right wing, that is Molly Hendricks. Goes in the backcourt for Emma Hendricks. Left wing Olsen, pump fakes, dribbles in from 17. Shot no good. Weak side board is grabbed by Corey. And the putback is no good. That was actually Molly Hendricks. And now we've got to wrestle for the ball. Go to the arrow. It'll be Brookings' ball with 5.6 to go. And Coach McClagan wants to take a timeout to draw up a play just before halftime. If the Bobcats can come up with a bucket here and get it back into single digits somehow, and that would be a huge win going in at half.
For sure, and like we just said, you know, they were 0 of 9 on threes. Logan connects to go 1 of 10. Yeah, you're down 11 if you can get a bucket here. And again, just some of the turnovers Brookings has had in the first half. But like we mentioned before the game, a lot of that is it's your first game of the year. You know, there's only so much you can do in practice to go through game-like situations. But until you're finally here against another team that, you know, doesn't know what you're doing, brings a little more pressure. We've seen some turnovers tonight that Brookings has to clean up in the second half.
I want to say thanks to Hometown Tire and Service, fine sponsor of high school sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. 5.6 to play in the first half. Brookings trails 23-12. They'll have a chance to cut into that just before the halftime buzzer here. They'll have to go full court and face some pressure. Even gets it into Smith. Smith dribbles, crosses over, 2-1. Smith's going to pull up from half court and heave just before the buzzer and leaves it wide right. No good. 23-12 will be the halftime score. We will take a break. We'll have some official stats, and somebody will run them up to us here in a couple of minutes, and we'll have some official stats. We'll give our thoughts on the game here as we go through the halftime show coming up in 4 minutes. You're listening to Bobcats basketball, powered by Brookings Auto Mall, presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
And Solventum is pleased to be a community partner of Brookings High School, dedicated to science and exploration. Solventum Brookings works to improve your everyday life and ensures you're never more than 10 feet away from Solventum technology. Good luck, Bobcats. Starting the second half of the Arrows, Matt, Corey, Russell, and Brent. For the Bobcats of Pregame, Even, Byers, Smith, and Burns. Bobcat possession.
Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill. Bobcats ball to start the second half here. Logan Smith will start things off. Bobcats going right to left from our vantage point here in the Dallas Cole press box. Bob Josted Jim. Right wing pass buys, bounces it in for Burns. Turnaround jump shot with the left hand, no good. And the rebound comes down for Remmers. Remmers now trying to bring it up against Macy. Even we're going to get an illegal pick by Kranz. About 90 feet away from the basket, and the Watertown crowd not loving that. That's going to be the second on Malia Kranz. That's a big call.
I do love the fan that yelled, "You better call that all game," like he hasn't watched the first half where they called 3 of them.
Did you show up late?
I mean, that's been their specialty call tonight, so no problem. They will probably continue to keep calling.
It's been pretty consistent. Smith in the backcourt, dribbling down the right side of the lane all the way to the bucket, and going to take it strong. She'll be rewarded with a couple of free throws as she'll go to the line. It's going to go against Watertown's number 12, Jordan Remmers, and that's her third. Watertown has a few with some foul trouble as well. 3 on Remmers now, 2 on Grace Corey, and 2 on Malia Kranz, who just picked up that foul moments ago as well. Smith still has yet to hit a free throw. She has 2 points. 3 points, rather. She hit that 3 in the first half, toward the end of the first half. Only 3-pointer for Brookings on the night. She hits that first free throw and has missed 3. She's 1 of 4. She's got 4, and the Bobcats within 10. Double team out beyond the half-court stripe. We're going to get a whistle down in the corner, and Coach Rohde calls a timeout to try to avoid a 10-second call. And it's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here as we are just underway in the second half. 7:29 to go in this third quarter. 23-3 Watertown. Want to say thanks to Right Angle Construction, fine sponsor of high school sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network, along with Alec Johnson. I'm Barry Hine here inside Bob Josted Gym from the Dallas Cole press box. Thanks to Jeff Hine back in the Brookings Radio Sports Network studio for engineering. It's fun to have basketball back.
Oh, it's great to have basketball back. And I usually love the colors purple and gold.
Not tonight.
Not tonight. Only on Sundays, this week on Monday.
A little different. It's not exactly the same.
Actually not this week on Monday. Whiteout night for the Vikes.
Oh, all right. Easier to do when you're playing indoors. Remmers double teamed, dribbles and pass in the corner. It's high and out of bounds. The pressure for the Bobcats pays off, and you can see what the Bobcats talked about at halftime.
Exactly, just pressure, and again, you love to see them doing it. Again, almost half the girls out there with 2 fouls, but you still love to see the pressure force those Watertown turnovers like they did to Brookings in the first half to get the ball back.
It's not a choice to whether or not to be aggressive in basketball. You just got to do it. McClagan picks up the loose ball, goes to Smith. Smith dribbles and backs off near the bottom of the circle to reset. Pass right wing for Even. Even faces up, dribbles, gets a pick, top of the key, goes for Even in the lane, takes it up and puts it in. As the Watertown crowd want to travel, referees don't call it. She puts it up and in over Remmers. And 4 points for Tess. Burns cuts it to 8. Remmers in the lane, pass across the lane, tipped by Logan Smith, picked up by Malia Kranz, and she puts it up and in off the board. Back to a 10-point lead. Smith picks up her dribble just across half court, bounces it right hash now for Buys. Buys dribbles to the right baseline, pass right wing for Burns, cross court to Even. In the backcourt, Smith for 3, deep, no good, long rebound, tracked down by Russell. She'll pivot and let everybody pass her by and bring it up to set it up. Pass left side for Remmers. Right side now for Corey. Corey dribbles, gets it tipped away by Even. Even Macy made an O face like, I'm glad I didn't get that call for that foul that I just committed. Left wing, Remmers tried to cross over, loses it, picks it up, goes in the corner for Mack. Mack pump fakes, dribbles baseline, pass is tipped, and it's going to be a foul. It looked like Burns got a lot of ball, and it would have been Brookings' ball as Smith came up with a loose ball, but she gets tagged with a foul, and she can't believe it. That's going to be 3. So she'll have to sit down. Clara Delbridge quickly checking back in. Russell sits down for Watertown. Back in is Emma Hendricks, number 10. Mack will inbound underneath, left side, goes to Kranz in the backcourt, and now she'll go for Corey. Corey loses it, right to Remmers, left side of the backcourt, right side now for Emma Hendricks. Back to Remmers on the wing. Dribbles into some trouble. Goes in the corner for Mack. Mack drives in, throws up a wild shot over Delbridge, airmails it, and rebounded by Smith. Smith brings it up for Brookings. Hesitation dribble. Spins. Pump fake. Step through, and the shot in and out. No good. Beautiful drive to the basket. Just couldn't get it to go. Rebound comes down for Corey. Corey in the backcourt. Picks it up. Goes cross court, stolen away by McClagan. McClagan trying to get out ahead of everybody. She's quick. She takes it up and leaves the shot short. Rebounded now by Remmers, and we're going to get a whistle. And a little chippy down there. Not sure if somebody said something, but we had a little reprimand down on the court. They go to the possession arrow on a jump ball call, and it goes back over to Watertown.
And good thing jump ball too, because you had Even and Sloan right there, and again they also each have 2 fouls, but like we said, almost everybody out there has 2 fouls. Tess obviously with their 3rd out, so you still love to see the aggressiveness from Brookings, and hopefully they can just be smart about it. Can't girls continue to pick up their 3rd foul.
Watertown breaks the press, gets it in the lane, and Logan Smith goes up and blocks the shot of Mack, and Mack will go to the line. Logan Smith didn't like the call, thought she got all ball. But Lily Mack goes to the line, shaking her head like, I can't believe they didn't think that was a foul. It's getting a little wild in here tonight. Lefty Mack hits the free throw. She has got 6. It is 26-15, back to an 11-point lead. Tess Burns checking back in, along with her younger sister Julia. Sitting down, Clara Delbridge and Kimber Bice. At the free throw line, Lily Mack, the 5'6" sophomore, misses the second one. Rebounded by Burns, gets it out to Even. Even goes up ahead to McClagan on the wing, dribbles to the corner, picks it up, tried to look inside, tipped away. The Remmers went down, and they're fighting for it. Now we're going to get a foul call on Remmers. Jordan Remmers barking about the call. That's going to be 4. And the referee is getting a little bit fed up. I'm going to going on a limb here and say we're going to get a technical here tonight. Remmer sits down with those 4. Back in Andy Olson. Ref's getting a little fed up here. You can see it on their faces.
Yep.
Left wing Even goes in the corner for Julia Burns. In the backcourt left side for Macy Even. Goes cross court right corner for Smith. Smith dribbles out into the wing, back behind her back, dribbles baseline, drops it off for Burns. Burns shot strong off the board. Rebounded by Watertown, now tipped out of bounds by Macy Even as Andy Olson was trying to dribble it up court. Watertown will inbound. Corey gets it into Grimsrud. Grimsrud goes up ahead now for Emma Hendricks. Emma Hendricks picks it up, goes back to Corey. Corey dribbles it across the timeline, passed all the way down in the corner for Matt. Matt's going to pick up the 4th foul on Tess Burns. She didn't like it, but that was the foul. He was a little bit behind on the defense and bodied her up. With Tess, she's so physical, she just thinks that shouldn't be a foul because it wouldn't bother her.
And that's one of those
she's strong.
Yep, in the first half too, and we saw it a lot last year. Some of those screens she sets are just hard, and they're good screens, but when you screen somebody and they just fall to the ground, it's almost an easy call for the ref to just assume illegal.
Corey crosses over into the lane, throws up a tough shot. It's going to be fouled. Clara Delbridge will get tagged with that one. That'll be her first. We found a player who didn't have a foul yet. She does now. And going to the line for a couple is Grace Corey. She's got 2 points on the night. It's an 11-point lead for Watertown, 4:10 to go. First free throw for Corey is good. I want to say thanks to Brookings Auto Mall, sponsor of high school sports here. Emma Hendricks sits down, and back into the game is Molly Hendricks for Watertown. Grace Corey has 3, trying to make it 4, trying to extend it to a 13-point lead. No good. Grimsrud with the rebound, but fought away by Clara Delbridge. Good aggressive play by Clara Delbridge, and she'll get the Bobcats the ball back. Reached in and grabbed onto it. Looks like she's taken some cues from Tess Burns' play the last couple of seasons. Pass up ahead, stolen away by Grimsrud. Her pass tipped away. Mack, top of the key, thought about the 3. Goes right wing for Olsen. Back to Mack, top of the key. Now she'll hoist. No good off the left side of the backboard, and rebounded by Smith. She'll let it clear and bring it up inside 4 to play, third quarter. Smith goes left wing for Even. She'll pump fake and looks now to dribble to the baseline. Gets it shut off, goes in the backcourt for Smith. Smith goes into Delbridge. Delbridge against the tall Grimsrud, now out top of the key and dribbling in for a 15-footer no good from McClagan and tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Brookings. Goes back over to Watertown. I want to say thanks to Bose Construction, sponsor of high school sports on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Grace Corey sits down. Back in is Kinsey Russell. Russell, left side pass now for Hendricks. Back right side for Grimsrud. Grimsrud, pass across the court. Dangerous pass. And Julia Burns didn't step in front of it, but tried to tip it away and gets the contact as she hit to Molly Hendricks as well. It's the second on Julia. It's the 5th for the Bobcats already, so we're going to shoot some free throws here. Shoot 1 and 1 anyway. 3:26. Oh, that's right. It's 2 right away. I apologize. So 2 free throws coming up for Molly Hendricks. 1 point on the night. First free throw is good. It goes off the back of the rim and falls down through. Kimber Byes checking back in for Brookings. Sloan McClagan sitting back down. 13-point lead now for Watertown. Want to say thanks to Brookings Health System, fine sponsor of high school sports. And both free throws good for Molly Hendricks. She's got 3, and it's 29-15. Even to Smith. Back to Even. Pass right corner for Byes. Byes out to Smith on the wing. She'll pump fake, dribbles, spins, kicks it left wing for Even. Pump fakes, dribbles into traffic, throws up a tough runner off the rim. No good, tipped out of bounds. Last touched by Hendricks of Watertown. It stays with Brookings in a fresh shot clock. Byes underneath, right side for Brookings to inbound. She goes in the corner for Julia, who thought about the 3. Dribbles, goes left wing and too tall, out of bounds. Over Logan Smith's outstretched arms. And it goes back over to Watertown.
And again, like we talked about in the first half, the turnovers are one thing, but passes like that are just, some of that can come with some freshman nerves, varsity game. But again, turnovers when you're just throwing it out of bounds, giving it back to Watertown, not going to help you when you're down 14.
Pass in the backcourt is too tall for Mack, taken away by Byes. Byes dribbling up to the other end, gets it tipped away from behind by Olsen. It stays with Brookings, and they'll take it out underneath. I want to say thanks to Kubota Farmers Implement, fine sponsor of high school sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Byes will inbound underneath, right side. Gets it in the right side to Smith, who dribbles, goes top of the key for Julia Burns. Top of the key now for Even. Left side, Byes. Left corner, Smith. Out to Byes on the wing. Back to Smith in the corner. Going to hoist and hit a 3. Big one for the Bobcats. Cuts it back to 11. If you get Logan Smith going, that would be good. She's got 7 now. 2 threes and a free throw. And we go up ahead now, right side. Russell down on the corner. Hendricks pump fakes, dribbles baseline. Dangerous pass in the lane. Grimsrud comes up with it. Top of the key to Mack, right side to Russell. Back to Mack. 15 on the shot clock. Mack passes right wing now for Hendricks. Hendricks dribbles, picks it up, goes in the backcourt. Russell chases it down. And we've got 5 on the shot clock in the lane. Hendricks out on the right wing. Russell going to hoist a 3. No good off the back of the rim. Rebound tipped. Now grabbed by Julia Burns. We're going to get a foul call against Watertown. I think that's going to go on Molly Hendricks. And that'll be her first. The Bobcats get the ball. That's the 4th for Watertown as well. So after that, they'll be in the bonus from here on out, the 3rd quarter. Smith and Even sit down. Lily Thompson back in, along with Sloan McClagan. Minute 58 to go in the 3rd here. I want to say thanks to Stony Brook Sweets being a sponsor. Right wing, Julia. Julia dribbles baseline, drops it off for Clara Delbridge. Nice pass. Easy bucket for Clara Delbridge, and the Bobcats have it down to 9. Second time they've had it down to into single digits the second half here in the 3rd quarter. Right side, Olsen dribbles to the baseline, and trouble. Pass in the backcourt is chased down by Russell. Now she's guarded by McClagan. How did that dead dribble goes to Hendricks. Right side, Olsen bounces it in for Grimsrud. Turn around shot with the left hand is good. Rolls in off the right side of the rim for Grimsrud. She's got 3. That's her first field goal. Right corner, Julia takes it in from the right baseline. A wild scoop shot, no good off the backboard. Rebounded by Olsen. She'll bring it up right side. Crosses the timeline. Goes top of the key, coming up on a minute to go. Left wing, Russell. So dribble top of the key, pass right side for Olsen. Olsen picks it up, goes left wing now for Russell. Russell in the backcourt for Emma Hendricks rather. Right wing, no good. Olsen, rebound, batted around in the lane, and taking it back up is Russell, and she'll be fouled on the putback. It's no good, but she'll have free throws. Let's see who the foul is going to go on for Brookings. It's going to go on number 32, Julia Burns. That's her second. Say thanks to Bauer Services, sponsor of high school sports here. We've got 46.6 to go in the third. And the free throw is no good for Russell. She's got 3 points on the night. The Arrows are 7 for 11, 64% from the free throw stripe on the night after that miss. Thompson and Julia Burns sitting down. Back in Kimber Buys and Logan Smith. Second free throw, no good. Buys with the rebound. Bobcats can cut it to single digits again. Pass up ahead is too high for McLagan, but luckily tipped out of bounds by Kinsey Russell. It stays with the Bobcats. She probably could have just let that sail out of bounds. 41.2 on the game clock, 30 on the shot clock. We're getting
Need a towel.
Need a towel. Something got on the floor over there. Somebody fell down. Didn't see it. Just wiping up some condensation. We're ready to go. Buys will inbound underneath right side. Well, the Bobcats players started out in the backcourt and they worked their way in. Left side pass from McLagan, tipped away and stolen by Emma Hendricks. She'll dribble it up to the other side. And a pass in the corner for Olsen is behind her. She went to cut, and it's out of bounds back to Brookings. Shot clock now off. 32.2 to go in the third quarter. Bobcats can hold for one if they like. They trail by 11. Sporadically looked a little better on offense this second half. They've cut it into single digits twice. McLagan dribbles left wing, passes it to Even. Hesitation dribble to the right side, and backs off now after going into the front court to the right wing. Behind the back dribble by Smith. Spins into the lane, pulls up from 10 feet, no good, strong, and on the rebound, we're going to get a whistle. That's going to be 3 on Kimber Buys with 9 seconds to go in the third quarter. You can be aggressive, but you also have to be smart. We'll go down to the other end and shoot free throws. McLagan taking issue with something with one of the referees. I don't think it's that call. I think he was pointing down to the defensive end for Brookings. First free throw is good for Grace Corey, the 5'7" senior, number 22. She's got 4. Fran sits down. Grimsrud back in for Watertown. 9 seconds to go. 12-point lead for Watertown. Corey's second free throw is no good, strong. Rebounded by Even. 5 on the clock. Up ahead and stolen away by Russell. Russell dribbles it up. Puts it up from 30 feet at the buzzer and just wide right. No good. It's 32-20 after 3 quarters of play. We'll take 60 seconds and be back with the fourth quarter. The Bobcats and the Arrows. Bobcats trail 32-20 after 3 quarters of play. Bobcats basketball powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
You can visit the Bobcat Backers website at thebobcatbackers.com.
Bobcats basketball powered by Brookings Auto Mall, presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill. Watertown doubling up the Bobcats in field goal percentage. They're shooting 38 which isn't great, but when you're doubling up the team you're playing, it's going to be all right. This Bobcats shooting just 19%.
Yeah, and again, getting plenty of looks. They're just 6 of 32 from the field, 2 of 12 from beyond the arc. Just haven't got anything to fall. Hopefully they've been saving them all for the fourth quarter.
Three-pointer from Mack is good quickly from the left wing, and just like that, it's a 15-point lead, 35-20. Even tried to lob it in for Delbridge, tipped away, and now stolen by Corey, and Watertown has it back. Bobcats not taking care of the ball. Right corner, Mack dribbles, goes in the backcourt for Russell, swings it left wing now, and it's Corey passing it in for Kranz, tipped away, Kranz chases it down, saves it in, now passing the backcourt, stolen by Even. And she'll dribble it up, and somebody's got to give her a heads up, or there's a player coming behind her. It's stolen right back away by Russell. Now a pass in the lane, tipped away by Even, and Olsen takes it up, somehow gets the shot to crawl in off the backboard and then off the side of the rim and gets the foul by Macy Even. That's going to be 3. The shot's going to count, and all of a sudden, Watertown has a chance to go up 18. It was 9 not all that long ago. Even will sit down with those 3 fouls. Clara Delbridge sits down back in. Julia and Tess Burns. 37-20. Watertown with the lead. Free throw is no good. Rebounded though by Corey, and the putback is no good. She almost had a chance for an and one as she was fouled on the putback. That's going to go on Tess Burns just into the game. Didn't even get an offensive or defensive possession, just a free throw rebound attempt, and she fouls out. 4 points, 4 rebounds on the night. Coach McClagan looks less than happy. I want to say thanks to Anderson Insurance, fine sponsor of high school sports here.
And Tess didn't even think, and again, you can tell she knows it wasn't a foul, but once the ref blew his whistle, Tess also kind of looked over and you could see her mouth. There's no way that's on me. And then when she saw the ref hold up the 5-0, just that look of, just wasn't her night. And again, some things you just can't control, and some of those fouls against her tonight, out of her control. But just a frustrating night, to come in first night and to get some unfortunate calls, not fouls, and then to foul out. Not the night she wanted to go, but luckily for her, she's got 19 more games this year. She can put this one behind her.
Corey hits the free throw. She's got 5, and it's 38-20 now. Watertown with the lead. And she rattles the second one in. 39-20, just like that, really quickly. 8 unanswered points to start the quarter for Watertown. Right wing pass, buys, goes to the elbow, intended for Thompson. She's going to be fouled from behind. Passing has not been crisp here in this first game for Brookings, something Coach McClagan will obviously be working on with the girls here. And it can be that way in first games. Left wing pass for McClagan. Back to Byes, his own defense for Watertown. Left wing pass, McClagan. Gonna hoist a 3. No good. Rebound in the lane is fought for as Corey and Byes both fighting for it hard. Corey goes to the floor. We go to the arrow. It's in favor of Brookings. Byes will inbound underneath left side. Bounces it in for Thompson. Thompson puts it up and in over the outstretched arm of Malia Kranz. Lily Thompson's first bucket of the night. That's it to 17. Right wing Mack bounces it in for Kranz. Double team, puts the shot up, she'll be fouled. And Lily Thompson doesn't like that call either, but that's going to be her second, and Malia Kranz will go to the line to shoot a couple. She's got 6 points and 4 rebounds, does Malia on the night. Chance to extend a 17-point lead for Watertown here. I want to say thanks to Rickus Nelson, sponsor of high school sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. First free throw is good for Malia Kranz. She's got 7 and 4 now. Can make it a 19-point game and misses it. No good. And we're going to get a whistle before the rebound here. It's going to go on Grace Corey. Foul before the rebound. It's the third on Grace Corey, second for the Watertown Arrows here in the fourth quarter. Cats need to get something going here quickly. They trail by 18 in the fourth, 6.5 to go. Smith dribbling to the right hash, picks it up, goes top of the key for Byes. Byes swings it left wing for Thompson. Thompson, cross court to Smith, almost stolen away. Smith can't handle it, now it is stolen away by Olsen. She'll clear it and bring it up right side. right side, and Corey gonna hoist a three, no good, almost banked it in, rebounded by Kimber Byes. She'll give off for Smith. Smith will bring it up to Brookings. Pass right wing for Kimber Byes. Dribbles, picks it up, goes in the corner now for Thompson. Thompson gonna dribble, would have gotten away with a carry, goes left wing, Smith for three, no good, rebounded by Kranz in the lane. Now bringing it up, Lily Mack. Mack fumbled the ball in the backcourt and travel. And she tried to regather it and pass it to the right wing. Back in is going to be Jordan Remmers as Andy Olson sits down for Watertown. We've got 5:36 to go. 40-22, Watertown with the lead. Brookings with the ball. Lobbing it in is Smith for McClagan. McClagan guarded by Russell. McClagan, crossover dribble into the lane, and she'll be called for a travel. She got the ball tipped away and took an extra step. 5:29 to go. I'll say thanks to Cook's Waste Paper, another fine sponsor of high school sports here.
Substitution for the Bobcats, number 12, Macy Even.
Macy Even checks back in. Sloan McClagan sits down. Excuse me, that was Crew Halverson who sat down. He was into the game. She and Sloan look a lot alike. Right side, Mack goes to Kranz in the lane. A runner from 10 feet, no good. Gets her own rebound. Goes to Russell. Now left elbow pass to Corey. Puts up the 15-footer and rattles it home. And it's a 20-point game. Largest lead of the night for Watertown. It was 11 at the start of the quarter, and Watertown's gone on a run. Runner in the lane, no good for Byes. Gets her own rebound, kicks it out right wing. Macy Even for three, and rolls around and finally drops through. Macy smiling. Cuts it to 17. 4:55 to go. Timeout on the floor. It's a full timeout. We'll take 60, or rather we'll take 30 of that 60 with them. It is 42-25. Watertown with the lead here in the fourth quarter. Bobcats basketball powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby's Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
First Day of Trust is a proud sponsor of our Bobcat and athletics programs because we believe everyone should play hard and make it easy. Visit any of our 4 Brookings locations. And Hy-Vee Food Store is proud to be a fan of Brookings High School, supporting Bobcat athletics teams, fine arts programs, and student organizations.
On the Brookings Radio Sports Network. 42-25 to score. Watertown with the lead. 4:55 to go in this fourth quarter. Timeout just about over here. I want to say thanks to Brookings School District for being a fine sponsor of high school sports on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Without our sponsors, we wouldn't be able to bring these to you. See a little full court pressure here now by the Bobcats. As Russell set to inbound. Russell will inbound, gets it in for Kranz. Kranz goes up ahead for Remmers, tipped away by Smith, gathered by Mack. Now Russell has it. Russell dribbles it across the timeline, beats the triple team, passes tipped away though by Julia Burns, up ahead to Even in the lane, gets it tipped away. She was taking it to the basket. Lily Mack stepped in front of her and tipped it away. It will stay with Brookings, trailing by 17. The Bobcats get the possession. We need to do that quite a bit here in the last 4:41. Now we're going to get a whistle before the inbound pass. I think it's going to go on Watertown. I think it's going to go on Mack. And it does. It's her first somehow. She's got 9 points and a rebound. She's had a good night. Third for Watertown in the fourth. Both teams with 3. Left wing. 3 for Smith is good. A big bucket for Brookings, and that cuts it to 14. They're kind of in striking distance now with 4.5 to go. And maybe getting away with the travel is Remmers. She gives it off for Russell. Russell dribbles all the way to the right side and gives on the hash for Mack. Mack pass in the backcourt, stolen away by McClagan. She'll have an easy one at the other end. Scoop and a score for Sloan. McClagan cuts it to 12 all of a sudden. 4:10 to go. What is going on? Looked like Brookings was out of this one, fighting their way back in. We're going to get a whistle and a stoppage and something with the shot clock. Hadn't started. Dribbling up court. They're going to take 3 seconds off and put it at 32. Hey, you can't get to almost half court in 0 seconds dribbling the ball at the court.
Not quite
I know.
that fast.
I ain't no mathematician or nothing. Remmers in the backcourt, left side. She goes for Molly Hendricks. Hendricks in the backcourt loses the ball. Russell comes up with it. Russell dribbles to the top of the key, pass right side for Hendricks. Down in the corner for Mack. Mack goes in the lane for Hendricks, takes it up strong, gets it blocked by Julia Burns. Now a fight for it, and we're going to get a foul on Watertown, and it's going to go Brookings' way. Good hustle, good defensive play by Julia Burns, coming up the block and then draws the foul. The freshman, Julia Burns. Now we're going to get a timeout by Coach Chad Rohde of Watertown as he senses the momentum shift. Bobcats only trail by 12, 3:48 to go. We'll take a quick 30 with them as well. Bobcats basketball powered by Brookings Auto Mall, presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
Experienced professional staff and access to the entire Avera system.
Bobcats starting to come alive on both ends of the floor here late in this one. We've got 3:48 to go. They trail by 12. It was 20 moments ago. Well, can they continue this momentum, riding this wave? Smith bringing it up against Remmers. Passes left elbow, or left wing rather, for Even, who hands off for Buys. Buys down the right side of the lane, all the way to the bucket, gets it to go. Nicely drawn up play by the Bobcats, and they cut it to 10. 3.5 to play. Remmers weaving through the defense, passes it off to Grimsrud, left baseline. A bunny from 8, no good for Grimsrud, rebounded by Julia Burns. Pass is tipped out of bounds by Watertown. It stays with Brookings. They'll have to go the length of the floor. A little discombobulated after getting the rebound there, but they've got the possession. Chance to bring it into single digits here, trailing by 10. Into McCleggan, pass is dangerous. Smith picks it up, dribbling it up now against Remmers, rather. And she passes right elbow for Julia Burns. Julia, a fake like the handoff, and she dribbles down the right side of the lane for another easy bucket. Cuts it to 8. 3:05 to go. Grimsrud pass across the lane is too tall for Russell. Out of bounds off her hand. It goes over to Brookings. The Bobcats' momentum is clearly in their favor right now.
And plenty of time too. 3 minutes left, so that's huge for Brookings. It'd be one thing if there was, a round. I mean, you have to go quick, but they still got 3 minutes. You're down 8. Another bucket here. Keep getting the stops on defense. We've got ourselves a ball game.
They were down by 20 with just over 5 minutes to go. Top of the key, Even. Right wing pass, Buys, pump fakes, dribbles baseline. In the lane, pass goes by Julia Burns, chased down by Smith though. Even now has it. Back to Smith. Left wing pass for McCleggan. Bounces it in for Even. Dribbles to the lane and is going to be called for the offensive foul. That's going to be 4 on Macy Even. It'll go back over to Watertown. Probably should have given it up. She was dribbling into traffic. Not sure it was an offensive foul. Franz receives the inbound pass back to Corey, now to Russell, left side of Krantz, pass up and is stolen by Buys, and she will be fouled by Remmers, and that's going to be 5 on Jordan Remmers if that is in fact on her, and it will be. Remmers going to foul out with 2 points and 3 rebounds. So she fouls out. Tess Burns is fouled out for Brookings. Andy Olson checks in for Jordan Remmers, who just fouled out.
And we've seen a lot of those kind of frustration fouls tonight. Turnovers instantly followed by a foul, and right there a bad foul. Not only is it her 5th, Brookings though in the bonus get to the line for Buys, who connects on the first. Now it's a 7-point game, so obviously Brookings likes it. The clock stops, and you get to the free throw line.
If you tuned out for moments and you're wondering how this is a 7-point game, you're not alone. Buys hits both free throws. All of a sudden, a 6-point game. 2:28 to go. Mack up ahead to Russell. Russell back to Mack. Mack. Back to Russell. She got tipped, but Russell comes up with a pass up ahead. Now Corey dribbles right baseline. Euro step move. Nice up and under scoop shot with a little English off the board, and it goes for Grace Corey. Back to an 8-point lead. That stops a little bleeding. Right wing. Buys, thought about cross-court pass and wisely held onto it. McClagan now left wing pass for Schmidt. A three, no good. And the rebound tipped around the lane and a fight for it. Go to the possession arrow. It's in favor of Watertown, but nice job by Kimber Buys on the hustle play, tying that one up. 1:58 to go. I want to say thanks to Hometown Tire and Service, fine sponsor of high school sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. After this one, we'll do a quick post game and switch over to the pregame for the boys. We'll have Coach McClagan come up at the halftime of the boys game and talk about this one. Get it across the timeline to Olsen. Back to Corey. In the lane for Kranz. Back to Corey. Stolen away by Logan Smith. Kranz probably should have taken that one up. Buys now brings it across. Coming up on a minute and a half to go. In the backcourt for Smith. Smith dribbling against Corey. Picks it up. Goes left side for Even. Even holds. Hands off for McClagan. McClagan dribbles to the wing. Picks it up. And goes now in the backcourt for Even. Even. Hesitation dribble down the right side of the lane. Fakes the pass. Gets it up and in off the board. Beautiful play by Macy Even. And she's got 10. She and Logan Smith, the leading scorers for Brookings, with 10 apiece, and she cuts it to 6. We've got a timeout on the floor with 1:17 to go. 44-38. Watertown with the lead and the ball when we come back in 30 seconds after the timeout. Bobcats basketball, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
And go Bobcats.
Bobcats basketball, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill. The Bobcats offense and defense have come alive here. They've figured some things out in the last half of this fourth quarter. Will it be too little, too late? They've been down by as many as 20 in this fourth quarter. They're down by just 6 now, with only 1:17 to play.
Yeah, to start the third quarter, as you mentioned, Watertown had doubled Brookings' field goal percentage. I think it was 38-19. Brookings now shooting 30% from the field, so again, still not what they would like to be at, but when you were only at 18% coming into this half, you're now 13 of 42 from the field, 4 of 7 from beyond the arc, so still cold there, but still they've hit a couple big ones here in the second half. Logan and Macy each have a 3. You're down 6. If you can get a stop here and another bucket, again, momentum fully on the Bobcat side.
Full court pressure, it's into Mack, back to Russell. Russell dribbles, crosses over, crosses the timeline, throws a dangerous pass, stolen by Julia Burns. She loses handle on it. Olsen comes up with it, and now we're going to get a whistle on Julia Burns. As Coach McClagan was hoping for an over and back call out there with Andy Olsen, but I think they got it right. Julie just could have held out of that. Bobcats would have had the possession, trailing by 6, so going to the line for a couple of big ones. Andy Olsen, she's got 4 points on the night. Chance to extend this 6-point lead with 1:07 to go for Watertown. 5'6" sophomore is Andy Olsen, number 4. Short on the first free throw off the front of the rim. Remains a 6-point game. .107 to go. Second free throw for Olsen is good. 7-point game. 45-38. 1:07 to go. Schmidt receives the inbound pass. Guarded by Matt. Dribbles it up right side. Across the timeline. Goes left wing now for Even. Even. Jab steps. Dribbles all the way to the bucket. And couldn't get it to fall, but she'll be fouled and go to the line to shoot a couple. And if you're by the Bobcats, points with the clock stopped is optimal right now. 10 points on the night for Macy Even. She's been at the line a few times now. 10 points and 5 boards for Even. Big free throws here. First one is good. It cuts it to a 6-point game once again. Another one can cut it to 5. Again, it's been a 20-point game here in this fourth quarter, and now it's down to 6. And make it, now it stays 6. And Julia Burns trying to fight for a rebound, gets called for over the back, and that's going to be her 5th. So both the Burns sisters Fouling out tonight. 4 points, 2 rebounds for Julia on the night. Came in and gave good minutes. Free throws on the other end for Grace Corey, number 22, the 5'7" senior, guard forward. She's got 10 and 8. Possible double-double for Corey tonight here. In for Julia Burns is going to be Lily Thompson. And sitting down Grimsrud for Watertown. Back in is Emma Hendricks. 56.5 to go.
It still wasn't a terrible foul by Burns. No time runs off the clock. I mean, you're going to have to keep fouling. Watertown have been cold from the free throw line here tonight, too. So really, a good foul by Burns. I know it was her 5th, but still you stop the clock. Missed the first chance to get the ball back here. Down 6.
And you're probably going to have to foul pretty soon anyway. So yeah, not strategically not bad. Didn't want her to foul out. First free throw, no good for Corey. She hits the second one. It's a 7-point game. Even gets it in for McClagan. McClagan dribbling it up right side, guarded by Russell. He's going to set the offense here. They don't have much time to set much up. They're going to have to get a shot up pretty quick. Even now, right side in the backcourt. Dribbles, crosses over against Olsen. Crosses over into the lane now. Gets it tipped away. It's stolen by Emma Hendricks. And she'll be fouled by Kimber Buys. And it's going to be 4 on Buys. Looks like the Bobcats may come up just short on this comeback. But valiant effort in this fourth quarter. There's still 40.4 seconds to go. But, they were down 20 with just over 5 minutes to go. They've gotten it down to 5. And now it's 7 with 40.4 to go. And big free throws for Emma Hendricks here for Watertown. A lefty. In and out on the first one. No good. So it remains 46-39. 40.4 seconds to go. Bobcats, well, no matter what happens here, got to get up the court floor quick and get a shot up. And the second free throw is no good. And on the rebound, it's saved in by Watertown's Andy Olsen somehow to Millie Mack, now passing the backcourt, stolen by McClagan, who takes it up. And the other arm uses the left, gets it to go off the backboard, crossed over from the right side of the lane to the left, put it up with the left hand, got it to go and fouled, and a chance to cut it to 4 with a 3-point play. 31 seconds to go. Just when you think the Bobcats are out of it, they make a big play on the other end.
Yeah, just one of those plays, that pass there, probably don't need to make it across court. Just get it, bring it back out. You know Brookings is going to have to foul as they were down 7 and the shot clock was turned off. Instead, you make a very risky pass. Sloan McClagan, again, her size maybe to her advantage there, maybe wasn't seen. Steal down the court for a potential 3-point play.
Free throw is no good, but a rebound by Lily Thompson. Out of the backcourt, right wing Buys, top of the key to Smith. Smith dribbles into the lane, tried to kick it out, and she's going to get the blocking foul call, and they're in the bonus. So 2 big free throws coming up for Logan Smith. She can cut it to 3. She can make it a 1-possession ball game with this trip to the free throw line with 25.1 to go. Wow.
Just like you
Wild game. Wild game. Who saw this one being this close with 25 seconds to go?
Get it to 20 points, and then Brookings says, we'll make it a game.
Free throw is good for Logan Smith. She struggled from the line tonight. She's now just 2 of 5. But she hits a big one there, and another one would make it, again, a 1-possession ball game. And the free throw is no good, in and out. Rebound tapped around and chased down by Andy Olsen. And a dangerous pass underneath, and we're going to get a whistle, and they're going to say Coach Rohde for Watertown called a timeout. Yeah, I'm not sure. Looked like Watertown lost the ball there just after he called the timeout, so that could have been a big turnover.
Lost it and almost looked like Sloan McClagan trying to take a charge, but still very last-second timeout in favor of the Arrows.
19.7 to go. We'll take a quick 30 with them. Watertown a 4-point lead, and the ball when we come back. Bobcats basketball powered by Brookings Auto Ball and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
And play electric belief in educational activities are an investment in our youth. And please be a community partner of Brookings High School.
Bobcats basketball powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill. We have got 19.7 to play here in the fourth quarter, and just over 5 minutes to go on the game clock. It looks like this is going to be a blowout, while Brookings has fought their way back into it, trailed by 20. They're back within 4. And Watertown's ball out of the timeout. 19.7 on the clock. They'll have to inbound in front of the Bobcats bench on the near sideline and get the ball over the timeline. Russell looking, having a hard time getting it in. Dangerous pass gets it to Olsen, who goes to the floor and travels, and the Bobcats get the ball back on the turnover. Olsen just looks like maybe rolled her ankle and went to the floor and traveled. Looks like she's trying to walk it off here. It's like her left leg. And Malia Kranz will check back in for Watertown. Who will she spell? Looks like she is going to take Andy Olsen off the floor. Looks like it was her ankle. Just kind of rolled over and fell down. And the Bobcats alive. 18.3 to play. They trail by 4. Inbound. Dangerous pass. Smith comes up with it. Dribbles into the lane, and we're going to get a foul call on the drive. They're in the bonus, so 2 free throws could bring this into a 2-point game within a 2-point game. 46-42, 15.6. Logan Smith back at the free throw line. She's just 2 of 6 on the night and has struggled. 1 of 2 on the previous trip. A couple of big ones here. First one is good. It's a 1-possession ball game. 15.6 ticks on the clock. A wild first game for the Bobcats. Smith now with a dozen, and she hits them both and rolls around the drops. It's a 2-point game and a buzzer as Lily Thompson will sit down, and quickly up in to play defense for the Bobcats is a freshman, Caitlin Harris, a 5'7", number 20 freshman.
Just the game you want to come into. You've already been in, but still
Yeah, she's played
too.
Yeah, it's a tough spot for sure. And we're going to get a whistle. And was it a 5-second call, or did we get a timeout? Unless we got a timeout. The way Coach McClagan was celebrating, they got a 5-second call, but they just about got one. So a timeout for Watertown. And it's a full. We'll take a quick 30 with them. 2-point game. Watertown with the lead in the ball. 15.6 to play. Bobcats basketball on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. In front of a good crowd, a good game. This one within 2 now, 46-44. Watertown with the lead. They'll have the ball. They'll have to go the length of the court. Take it out of bounds as the Bobcats will set up their full-court pressure. And this has been a wild one. The boys for Watertown set to run out onto the floor, and I'm not sure they won't have to wait the way this one's gone. Opening night. Overtime, that would be fitting, wouldn't it?
Exactly. Against Watertown, too?
Yeah. Russell will inbound. Guarded by Even. Looking to get it in. And a dangerous pass in the near corner. It's tipped out of bounds. Last touched by that freshman we were talking about, Caitlin Harris, in there. Made a good play. But it will stay with Watertown. It was intended for Andy Olsen. Russell will inbound. Looking in, trying to get it in. He's going to lob it over Buys. Now it's stolen by Buys. Now we've got to fight for it, and we're going to get a whistle. And what is the call going to be? Jump ball, Brookings ball on the fight for the ball. They had a scrum for it out near half court on the loose ball. Lily Mack is slow to get up, looking over and saying, "I'm fine, I'm good." Malia Cran's going to check in, but then she will spell Lily Mack. He's got some tears. Went down hard.
Said she was fine, but
coach didn't believe her. So back in Thompson, Lily Thompson for Caitlin Harris. She'll inbound on the near sideline. The Bobcats trail by 2, 12.5 to go. Thompson gets it in for Smith. Guarded by Olsen. Right elbow pass for Even, who gets a wide open look down the lane and ties it up. 46-46, 4 seconds to play. And going to the floor, we're going to get a foul called on Brookings, and that's going to be free throws for Watertown with 0.6 seconds to go. Coach McClagan didn't like it. He got warned, Coach McClagan did. So free throws for Watertown, they got a foul call with 0.6 seconds to go. And I'm not sure who did they get the foul on. I'm looking for it. Lily Thompson picks up her third, and they're in the bonus. So 2 free throws coming up for Molly Hendricks. Hendricks with 3 points on the night. And she's going to get 2 free throws. This Brookings crowd, a very good crowd here inside Bob Jostad Gym, trying to help out here. Hendricks' first free throw is no good. Remains 46-46, 0.6 to go. Tension filled on this one. Molly Hendricks.
No pressure at all.
5'8" senior, number 32, second free throw. No good! Rebounded by Brookings. We're going to overtime. Oh, did we get a timeout?
Mitch said he wanted a timeout.
As soon as the ball was touched.
He said as soon as the ball is grabbed, if there's time to timeout, you have 0.6 of a second.
They're gonna put some time back up.
You're gonna get it.
You have to baseball pass it in or quarterback it down and get a shot up.
You almost have to pray for a Watertown foul, but they're going to discuss again 0.6 of a second off the rebound. At most, you're going to think 0.2 goes off. I would guess 0.4 goes back up, but you'll have it underneath the hoop. So again, you're just going to have to chuck it down, and you hope for a Watertown scuffle or something. We've seen all night the refs call fouls. We've seen it, so you hope something maybe happens. And we'll see how much time they put on the clock.
They do give the timeout to Brookings. The Watertown crowd not happy about it.
And again,
heads up by Coach McClagan to let him know, saying, "Hey, I want a timeout as soon as we got the ball."
Right away and say, as soon as we get that rebound, he wants a timeout. So
now let's have to figure out how much they're going to put back up. It looks like 0.3. Wow, 3 back up on the clock.
From down 20. With what'd you say? I think just around
just over 5 minutes to go, yeah.
To come back, 2 missed free throws, and again, no pressure at all. 0.6 of a second, you know you make one, it almost seals the deal. You missed the first. I thought Coach McClagan was trying to ice her and call a timeout. Obviously, he wanted it after the miss. So here, like you said, 0.3 of a second. You just got to pray you throw it down and hope something happens. Obviously, if you're Watertown, you stand pretty much nowhere near a Brookings player, because as far as I thought, NBA was always 0.4 of a second to catch her or a tip back to the Derek Fisher shot.
Yeah.
So I mean, again, if you're Watertown, you've got to say, stay away.
You can almost just bring your players onto the bench.
I mean, yeah, you don't want any sort of tripping or nothing. They're just going to throw it in.
So they call the timeout to just inbound it to let the time run out. I'm not sure why they didn't. Yeah. So they just inbound it to Logan Smith, and she dribbles, and the time runs out. So overtime coming up in a while. Just an absolutely bonkers game here inside Bob Jostad Gym. We'll take a 60-second break, and overtime coming up next here. 46-46. The Bobcats tied it back up. 60-second break, and then overtime. Bobcats basketball on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. I wouldn't call this a fully packed house, but it's close here inside Bob Jostad Gym. Alongside Alec Johnson, I'm Barry Hine. Appreciate you joining us. And overtime, opening night, fitting. The Bobcats girls trailed by 20 in the fourth quarter, and we are going to overtime.
20.
That's
crazy.
Insane.
In the fourth.
An absolutely nuts game. I don't even know what's happening right now. 46-46. 4 minutes up on the clock. Overtime frame. Bobcats and the Arrows. Bobcats have the momentum in their favor, without a doubt. They have fought their way back into this, and they're pumped. They're smiling. They're ready to go.
And two, here's where those fouls all games start to creep up in you a little bit. Again, Macy even with 4, Kimber Buys with 4, Sloan only with 2, Logan Smith with 3, so again, Lily Thompson 2, so these girls obviously going to play all 4 minutes of overtime. Macy even, Kimber Buys have to be really smart out there if they can, because even as we've seen tonight, been a huge presence both offensively and defensively.
I think when we actually look at the final stats of this game, it's going to end up being pretty even across the board. Even and Crayons, it's won by the Bobcats. Smith will start things off for overtime here. 46-46, Pax left corner for McClagan, goes cross court, right wing for Buys, top of the key Smith. Cross court pass, left corner for McClagan, in the backcourt now for Even. Even goes in the lane for Thompson, who puts it up and gets it to go. The Bobcats lead for the first time since it was 1-0. The Bobcats lead. 48-46, 3.5 to play in overtime. Right wing Russell, down in the corner for Mack. In the post for Crayons. A ball fake, shot no good, short, rebounded by Thompson. Out to McClagan, and she'll bring it up. Actually, she'll give to Smith to bring it across, as she looks over to Coach McClagan for some instruction. Right wing pass by, is gonna hoist a 3. In and out, no good, rebound, grabbed by Mack. And she'll let it clear now and bring it up, guarded by Even. Pass across the timeline for Hendricks. Hendricks goes back to Mack, right side Olsen. Olsen dribbles, top of the key Hendricks, left wing. Mack left open from 3, Holston hits and puts the Arrows back up by 1. A dozen on the night now for Mack as she moves into double digits, 49-48, right corner pass, Buys, pump fakes, dribbles baseline, gets the bump foul call, that's gonna be 3 on Malia Crayons. And we'll go to the line. They keep the fouls up from the 4th quarter, so bonus for the Bobcats as Kimber Buys goes to the free throw line for 2, both teams in the bonus. Buys a chance to tie it with the first free throw, and does. It is good. Kimber now with 5 on the night. She's also got 8 rebounds. Those have come up big. She has scrapped all night. Second free throw for Buys is good. Bobcats back up by 1. 50-49, 2:40 to play, overtime. Bobcats, Arrows. And Olsen in the backcourt picks it up. Goes right side for Russell. Russell dribbles, goes top of the key for Hendricks. Hendricks dribbles and picks it up. Bounces it in for Crayons. Crayons may have gotten away with the travel. Kicks it left corner for Olsen. Olsen loses the ball, dribbles it out of bounds. Nice defense by Lily Thompson, recovering, making herself big, and Olsen had to try to drive around her and dribbles it on the end line. And gives it back over to the Bobcats.
The pressure, again, we've seen it all game, and it's working here for the Bobcats. Watertown feeling that pressure from the moment this 20-point comeback started in the 4th.
Smith, left wing pass, McClagan. McClagan bounces it left elbow for Even, backdoor to Thompson for a jumper. Rattles around and goes over Crayons inside the left block, and the Bobcats up by 3. 2 minutes to play at overtime. Mack directing traffic up top against the zone. Left wing pass, Hendricks. And she traveled and gives the ball back to the Bobcats. Bobcats with a 3-point edge, 1:54 to go in overtime. They get the ball back. Full court pressure now by Watertown. Thompson set to inbound. She's going to get it into Smith. Smith goes to McClagan. McClagan will dribble, now give off to Smith to bring it across the timeline to set things up. Out top, passes left wing for Even. Back to the basket, she'll hand it off for McClagan. McClagan dribbles top of the key, back to Even. Left wing 3. Nothing but net for Macy Even. She's got 16 and puts the Bobcats up by 6. 90 seconds to play, and Chad Rohde, head coach for Watertown, takes a timeout to talk some things over. The Bobcats storm back from down 20 in the 4th quarter. Have the momentum on their favor coming into overtime and lead by 6 with 1:29 to go. We'll take a quick 30 with the timeout. Bobcats basketball powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby's Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. bananas here inside Bob Jostad Gym from the Dallas Cole press box inside Brookings High School. Along with Alec Johnson, I'm Barry Hine. This has been a blast. Looked like it was going to be a blowout. In the middle of the fourth quarter, the Bobcats come storming back and they lead by 6 in OT.
And again, going back to this same team from last year, there were a lot of games where they found themselves that, down in that 15, 20-point range. How would they respond? There was never a game they quit or gave up, and it proves here tonight, like you said, down 20 in the fourth, not giving up. You're now up 6 in overtime with a minute 20 left to go.
This crowd is into it. Left wing, Russell, double teamed, in some trouble, finally gets into the backcourt for Mack. In the lane for Kranz, who wasn't ready for it. Thompson comes up with the steal, gives it off for Smith. The Bobcats have it back. Coming on a minute to play, they lead by 6. Dribbling to the right wing, spinning into the lane, going to the backcourt for McClagan is Smith. McClagan now dribbles. The Bobcats do not need to be in a hurry. Smartly, she backs off. Now dribbles right wing, goes into baseline for Thompson, who bounces it in for Even. Even dribbles into the backcourt. Smartly. 10 on the shot clock. McClagan through the bottom of the circle, crosses over, loses the ball. We've got to fight for it. We'll go to the arrow. It's in favor of the Arrows. And they get the turnover. 46.8 to go, but they dribbled off all but 6 seconds of the shot clock, wasted some time at least, and lead by 6. So it's a 2-possession ball game. Play good straight up D here. Matt gets it in for Olsen. She'll start things off for Watertown. Olsen, top of the key, pass left side for Russell. Russell jab steps, dribbles top of the key, picks it up, left wing pass for Mack. Mack in the backcourt, stolen away by Even. Up to the other end, chased down by Malia Kranz, takes it up, leaves it short, and on the rebound, Olsen can't handle it, out of bounds. It stays with Brookings, and the shot clock is off. 29.2 to go. Would have been nice if Even couldn't have gotten that to go, but she gets the rebound, or rather the rebound caroms off of Watertown, and they keep it.
And after she missed it, she was hitting herself in the head, kind of saying, what was I doing? Still good aggressive take. You make that game's almost all but over. This crowd erupts. So not an awful take from somebody like Macy.
The Watertown crowd trying to get on their defense here, saying you got to foul, I think, but they're not going to. 10 seconds now, and they're just going to let it play out. Watertown gave up here down the stretch, and Brookings is bumped. Logan Smith stomps her foot. And the Brookings crowd appreciating this. 55-49. In a game that looked like it was going to be a blowout again, just over 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. A 20-point lead for Watertown. The Bobcats storm back and win 55-49 in overtime. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Bobcats start 1-0. I
don't know what else to say other than just wow. What a game.
And that's a good spark to the start of the season. A game that could have been bleak. And then you're like, how do we figure this out going into game 2? Instead, you find that spark in the fourth quarter, you storm back and win in overtime.
100%. It's one thing to lose opening night. It's another thing when you lose to your rival Watertown. So if it would have been a loss, not only to Watertown, by potentially 20 to 30, like you said, what do you do going from there? Instead, Brookings like, we'll just come back, we'll play 4 extra minutes, and we will get a huge opening night win against Watertown.
Absolutely bonkers. We'll take a break here, and we'll take a look at some stats, and then we'll slide into the pregame for the boys game coming up next. Bobcats basketball powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the